If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? It took a while, but we finally got all that World Championship stuff out of the way. So we're back here with another routine episode of What Are They Cooking? As always, if you have a replay you would like me to go over on the channel, you can submit it at the Discord in the description. Just go to the Edison Format Replays channel and post it in there. And if I think it's cool, I will feature it on the channel. So today we got 4 more bangers, of course, because we always do. Starting off here with an Immortal Bushi deck, which I think is definitely something new we haven't really seen in any of these segments yet. Interesting looking build. It's got DD Assailant. This is an interesting card. It doesn't really see a whole lot of play because by the time you get to Edison format, it's like a lot of the other sort of generic good warrior stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but like these like Reaper format era kind of cards are back at like 3 or just have better cards out. So it's like if you want to play DD Warrior Lady, you could just play 3 DD Warrior Lady. But Assailant is neat. It's like bigger. Neither one gets under Bottomless, but Assailant's just straight up bigger, and then also it doesn't get hit by deck dev. So there's like some advantages actually to playing it. It's just like you can't proactively clear recruiters and stuff with it. But it does, I mean, with Solidarity, you can imagine this thing's going to get super huge, right? They're just 2,500. So this is actually, you would think this would be a bad matchup for this deck, right? Because Fairies just like infinitely floats with these recruiters and then like drops their win cons. They've got a return here, which could be devastating at pretty much any point. I'm going to set a Typhoon. Now we got that Solidarity in play. So our DD Assailants just go up to 2,500. That one's going to eat a Deep Prison, but we got another one. It looks like we're also playing Warrior Lady, so just maxing out on these types of these guys. But the opponent, they're on Warrior Lady as well. Man, we're gonna see like the most DD monsters ever used in a like non-macro Monarch involved game, I guess. So we hit over Dimmock. That lets them add back Christia. So now it looks like we're just gonna get Brio Christia or something. Yeah, that does seem to be what is happening. So they go Brio, and then how many fairy? Wait, oh, they're on 5 fairies. But we have 2 souls, so surely we can get to Christia range. They probably should have had return set. Oh, wait, we pitch Christia? Why on earth would you pitch Christia here? That's wild. What, you pitch return? They actually just... Imagine just making Brionac and discarding Christia return. Just, like, I don't want to win the game. I'll discard the cards that win me the game. And then we'll just... Oh, they're trying to OTK with Soul or something, but it's not going to work because Compulsory is going to get... But, like, you could have just summoned Christia anyway. And then, like, added back a Fairy, and you still had the same number of Bryonic pops. Also, Return should have been resolved at some point in this game, and you would have just won. This was a terribly mismanaged situation on the Fairy end of things. Actually, is it me or... They're only playing, like, a 13-card extra or something. A 12-card extra. What the heck is going on? Wait, it was a best of 1? Okay, well, that was super weird. Super weird. They were just playing, like, 12-card extra deck fairies, and then they completely bungled, like, the easiest game of their life. But the Bushi is big here, man. 2 Solidarities. It's getting boosted up by, like, 16. Everything is getting boosted by 16. We're also on these DD Assailants, so that's pretty cool. Also on DD Warrior. How many of these things are you playing? You're playing Warrior Lady, you're playing DD Warrior, and you're playing DD Assailant. Well, I guess they're all warriors that get boosted up by Solidarity, and they just, like, banish everything. But, yeah, that's the Bushi deck. Next, we have someone playing KFC, very based, up against Blackwings. I think this is one of the favorable matchups for you. We go summon Gadgetron. It just gets Compulse, so we kind of paid 2k to trade with the Compulse. We set Bottomless, which unfortunately plays into that Heavy Storm, but I think you kind of needed to set Bottomless there. Pretty cocky if we just drop Trag. Yeah, we're actually just going to drop Trag and pray no Collude. Fortunately, there is no Collude, and also there's no Battle Trap, so we just get completely rewarded. Actually, you should have just hit over the friggin' Shura, because they absolutely would have colluded you the first time, right? So they, for some reason, don't end phase Icarus, and they just do it on their turn, so now we can chain the Legacy of Yatagarasu, get a draw. Shura's going to hit in, we find Mirror Force, that's pretty nice. We just put everything on the field, although Heavy's gone, so I don't really see the point in activating, or in setting the Gear Town, because it just puts us in a situation where we could potentially have like a chain Icarus and make it miss timing. So here, yeah, this is correct, I think. Go for Gadgetron. The opponent could have Oppressioned these Dandy tokens, because if they top deck a monster, they will just have lethal with the brain control. And they actually would have had lethal with the brain control if they just oppressioned the dandy tokens. So a little bit of a misstep there, and it's actually going to cost them the game completely because they can't do anything about the Gadgetron hitting in every turn. So yeah, on to game number 2. Game number 2, this looks really similar to just like my build actually, which I think is pretty optimal. So yeah, on the Snowman Eaters as well. I'm going to go for a Terraforming into Gear Town and to summon Gadgetron, try to force something out. If they had set Dust Tornado, they technically could have stopped this. However, the fact that they didn't do that is kind of going to help them because they're going to get rid of the Trap Dust Shoot instead. So now they don't get Dust Shooted. They have a Icarus attack here to clear. We're going to have to set that Dandelion. Opponent top decks a Sirocco. Going to hit over the Dandelion. So now what can we do? I think the best play to make, realistically, is go for Black Rose. But no, they bring back Dandy instead. The opponent might still book. Yeah, they still do book the Dandelion. And we still get to make Iron Chain. So it kind of turns out fine. We mill 3. We milled a third Dark, so Dad is live. But we do have a Sangan, or not a Sangan. We have a Dandy and a Gear Town. We're going to hit over the Iron Chain Dragon. And then we're just going to pass, and this technically outs the Dad. We could have maybe even waited to be greedier with our Black Rose there. Opponent draws Gale. Okay, we draw another Debris Dragon. Okay, just like keep drawing Debris Dragon. That's the KFC experience that we all know and love. Opponent's going to draw Shura. Man, this Gores is so bad. I don't know why people play this card in Blackwings. Yeah, well, the Gores is going to keep us alive, and then we should have just, like, main 1 gotten Garden, right? Because if we had main 1 gotten Garden, then they wouldn't have this 25 token, which could trade with Stardust. Because now they have this, and then they can set the Snowman. We draw Storm, and then the Snowman's going to trade with the Gadgetron, and then you're not even in a winning position anymore. So you could see how these little mistakes can pile up. Definitely should have just gone straight for the Garden. Definitely shouldn't have gone for the Garden main 2, because they could have even just gone for Gear Town and then stormed their own Gear Town and won the game here. Instead, we're going to have to try to Trooper hit in, but the opponent's got a Colute, so we're going to get to draw a card. Fortunately, we're on 72 life, so we got a long time to find it out, and Snowman Eater already deals with this. Why are they on Snowman Eater? That seems really weird. It doesn't, like, play particularly well into any of this deck's plays, really. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just hitting in with the Android, though. Gaining the life up could definitely matter. We draw into Sangan. We set the Sangan. Opponent's going to hit in with the magical Android. The Sangan's going to get a Dandelion. So we can keep trying to play, make this Torrential happen. We're going to just keep hitting. Just keep hitting even though we're not threatening anything here. And we're just letting this player have more time to draw something. But also, if you do play, you get Torrentialed. So it's kind of a lose-lose. We go for the Legacy of Yada. We draw into Solemn Judgment. Pretty hard to see how we lose from this position. We got all these Snowman Eaters walling. And we've got a Kuraz in hand if ever we find the third Gear Town, which I think is still in deck. Yes. So could potentially make a big play happen there and have it be backed up by a Solemn Judgment. The opponent goes for the Vayu in main 2, which this just gives us something to brain control. They have to try and Solemn that. We Solemn it back, though. And the Bottomless Trap Hole isn't going to stop us from just hitting in for game. That was a crazy game number 2. Absolutely insane. All right. Next up, we've got Valhalla Counter Fairies versus just like Norlaris. So we're going to go Bountiful Artemis, Drastic Drop-Off, the quote-unquote combo. Opponent is going to summon Dark Grepher, and, wait, what? How are they normal summoning again? I am confused. Are we just letting them normal summon twice? It was special, but the special summon doesn't start a chain, so they couldn't have Orange Light did that. And also, you normal summoned it and then discarded the Sirocco. So this guy is just cheating. I don't know how. It's like multiple ways this guy is just cheating. And apparently he's been allowed to get away with this. So, yeah, very, very lovely. In Edison format, I know in Modern it's different, but in Edison format, like cards that just drop themselves from the hand, almost none of them start a chain. Pretty much none of them actually start a chain. The only one that does is Quick Draw, because there's some like horrible bad ruling that we have to play with, where a judge misruled the card at SJC Edison, but that's not actually how Quick Draw has ever worked either. Like, in this time period, Quick Draw and Dark Grepher and Machina Fortress and all of them do not start a chain. They just summon themselves like Cyber Dragon and just like slap them on the field without asking for a response. So absolutely nothing works that way. And this whole Orange Light thing was a complete fiasco that shouldn't have occurred. Anyway, we're going to special out Dark Valkyria. I guess that's kind of the bridge between the dark stuff and the fairy stuff. Opponent drops a Dark Creator, though. That's pretty bad. They can go Phantom Copy Norlurus. They can stack for Plague to put back the Dark Creator and then resolve Norlurus, or they could just not do the Plague part and then like just top deck. Okay. Why would we do smart things like stack another Dark Creator and then draw it and then summon it and then like revive the first Dark Creator, which you can technically do, and then revive? Was that just like... It's not quite lethal. It's like 6,300 damage, though. There was no reason not to do it that way. We draw 7 tools, and, yeah, Chaos Fairy, not the best, or Chaos Fairy, Counter Fairy, not the best top-decking deck, because you play a lot of these weird, random, situational counter traps. Card Destruction is going to go off. We draw into an Honest. That could wall this field. However, the problem you have is if this Trooper ever hits a Vayu, then it's just going to get run over. So maybe the play is to summon the Honest, hit over the card Trooper, and then bounce it back, set Mirror Force. Okay, we're just going to set it. We're just going to set her, and we're going to hope the opponent doesn't mill, or doesn't find it out to our Mirror Force. They're just going to hit in, and yeah, the Honest walls. This Christia is way dead. I don't think this deck plays any particular way to get Christia alive after it's dead. I guess you probably have Dad and Sork. Dad can banish Dark Fairies if you have enough of them down there, so maybe that's the play. But also Valhalla's could set it up, so I think that's kind of like enough ways to keep Christie alive in the late game. We're going for more Card Trooper Mills. How many Card Trooper Mills has this guy got? And finally hits a Vayu, goes for Catastor, hits the set monster. That's okay. We could have mirrored, but I think it's fine to just hold as long as possible. There's one of the cards I was talking about, Valhalla. That just lets us slap the Christia on the board. And now you kind of got to hope that this Catastor attack goes through. Unfortunately, the set is a Mirror Force, so it's not going to happen. We draw another Christia. And there is a Necro Gardna down there, right? Oh, no, they used it. When did they use that? I don't remember, but they draw MST. That doesn't keep them alive. We go to the next game. All right, next game. You know, it's weird. Does this deck not play Vandalgian, by the way? Is it just Artemis? Vandalgian's another Dark you could play, I guess, but it's also another Brick. You'd almost want to play like Trade-In. I'm having cursed ideas here, like Trade-Ins with Christias and Vandalgians, and then all the rest of it. That sounds so bad, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, this player for some reason didn't card destruction on turn 1. They decided to wait until the counter fairy player could set their counter trap so they could just negate your card destruction, which I guess is a +1. Well, it's like +2 from where you would be, but not really, because you want to empty your whole hand to the graveyard. We hit with the DD Warrior Lady, set drastic drop off. We rip the Solar Recharge. Man, nice deck, idiot. Oh my god. Just like a bunch of bricks in your hand, getting your power spells smacked. We should probably Honest here? No, we're not going to Honest here. Okay, well now we summon Dark Valkyria and attack, and we can't Honest with this. Opponent draws a Heavy Storm, goes Lila Pass. We draw Drastic Drop Off. We are going to normal summon the Valkyria, kill the Lila, and then hit for 18 just to do more damage, I guess. Could also have just normal summoned the Valkyria and then hit over the Lila, but I think probably better to just do more damage. Drastic Drop-Off going to be used, but now there is a Monster Reincarnation, so Phantom can copy anything. It copies Norlurus, but is there any graveyard setup whatsoever? No, so we just die if the fairy player draws any normal summon, but they don't. They draw Christia. And now we go Lumina, bring back Lila. Okay. So that's going to be some damage, but pretty much anything kills from here. And we top deck a Chaos Sorcerer, which I speculated they might be playing, and they do have in there. So they're just going to summon Chaos Sorcerer and attack for game. Final match we have, Diamond Dude Turbo. Man, people keep sending in Diamond Dude Turbo replays. I'm going to have to say this is the last one for a while. So we go Rhoda for Stratos with the new Rhoda art, I guess. I don't know why they activated Few in main 1. Should have just activated in main 2. Opponent builds a Wolf. Then they charge mill another Wolf. What a gamer. They also have Brain Control in Lightsworn of all decks, and they're just going to randomly OTK here. That's honestly nothing that could be done there. It's just like 2 Wolves and a Brain Control. I mean, I guess they're just that good. Here we go, Diamond Dude. We hit an E-Call. Okay, gets run over by Cyber Dragon. We can go Deep Sea Diva, set Brain, activate Card Destruction. We find Heavy Storm. So now we can go Brain Control into Heavy Storm, into Banish Malicious, into Monster Gate on maybe the Cyber Dragon. Oh, we're just going to synchro with both, I guess. Doesn't want to use the Monster Gate yet. You could just save it for next turn. You could use it with like on the Stratos or whatever you bring back with Warrior Returning Alive. Opponent goes set. We summon the Stratos. We add the Diamond Dude, and we just attack. Is there a point in this monster gate? Does it ever get used, or is it just to hit off Diamond Dude or something? Well, we're going to hit in for a bunch. Opponent has a Glorious Illusion, into Illumina, into Bring Back Arcus, into Stack for Plague. Synchro level 8. We do not have enough Light Sworns for JD to be live. We could maybe have gone for JD here if we had tributed Celestia and then hit any Light Sworn name that was different from the ones we already have, which I think the ones I already have are limited. So just like Celestia, hit any name besides another Celestia, and then Stardust negates it, and then we drop JD. I don't know. Thought Ruler's fine too, I think. It's like a safer play. It lets you gain life, but we're just going to die to Vortex anyway. Yeah, it just didn't really matter on that turn, honestly. I think the Light Sworn player was getting owned. Storm. Man, that's rough. That's a rough Storm. Just going to set Limb. We go Summon Lila, attack. We flip the Limb. Now we go for Catastor. Man, that's dirty. How do they out this? Set Raikou. We hit over the Set Raikou. Okay, Soldier Recharge. Draw 2, mill 2. Nope, still nothing. Diamond Dude, whiff. We have like a bunch of gas though. We have a Miracle Fusion that's live. We have a potential Diva play next turn. We could Magical Stone for like anything, I guess. Opponent goes for Celestia into JD, which is apparently live, so we need to out this. We activate Miracle Fusion. A Crow gets chained though and stops the Miracle Fusion. Now we go Rhoda for Stratos. Activate. Did they just scoop? What did they scoop on? They scoop on the card destruction, or why would they do that? I'm lost here. I guess they have a billion plays, right? They can just Vortex, they can Magical Stone for Miracle Fusion. They can definitely just get rid of all this, and then you're on like one card and under Limb. So I see why you would scoop, but still, nothing was lethal here. But yeah, that's going to be the final replay. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. I'll see you in the next one. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.